Hi everyone, welcome to this video. This is Richie the Blind Hedgehog and I'm here with Chucky. This is my very first life-size Chucky. He's about 24 inches tall. He's not very accurate when it comes on the screen used one, I'm gonna say it like this, but he is so loved. I have him like with me all the time. I drag him everywhere. We sleep together. And he's the best Chucky plushie actually I could wish for. I just came across him on eBay. It was kind of love at first sight. Let's say it like this. That is exactly how it ended up. So, since I got actually him, I have been collecting a few life-size Chuckies. This is actually what I really like doing these days. So, I'm here with another very exciting package. I could collect another one, which just came today. And in this package, actually, I would like to see what's inside. So, let's have a look. There you go, almost done opening it. Now what's containing this package is a electronic Chucky doll. It's not the most accurate one, but like I said in the other videos I made, I'll always try to get the affordable ones. So for some people this doll will look nice, some others really hate him. He has a few issues, I know, but since this guy was available and this was into my price range and I could afford this one, I just bought this one. So, because that's actually the major thing I do. I just love collecting life-size Chucky dolls. So I barely have figures of him. I barely have small dolls of him. I have a few because they look more accurate. But I really like those big dolls. So look, I got some local newspapers. It's going to be for the hedgehogs. If I find some. No hedgehogs these days anyway. Means they're doing fine. Gotta be careful, maybe I can just pull him out with one hand. There you go. What is this? I'll find out, I don't really know what it is. Oh, that's his knife. That's probably his knife. Yeah, I'll just take care of the mess later. Oh, sorry about that. I like the little cube box. It's cute. Or it's cube. Oh, kind of. Yeah, so we have our little spider prey here. Obviously Chucky with his striped sweatshirt. I've been checking some reviews of this doll before opening my own package so that I know what I can say about it. I'll just open it with both hands because there's like tape everywhere. There you go, here's Prince Charming. Now, I'm going to try to give you a complete review, or as complete as I can do it, because there's quite much to say about this guy. He's really sweet, actually. Now, the first thing that I actually notice in general is this doll, is that my dolls are really standing, like this guy here, they're kind of stiff. This guy has like bent legs, so you can actually sit him up. But having him standing, that was actually my general question about this guy. Is kind of hard because, well, you can actually just hold him on your lap or just put him on a shelf or something. That's quite possible, but having him in full standing position is hard because he has like electronics and a little lid here on his bum. This is something I don't really like, to be honest, because it's like he has the biggest asshole you've ever seen, to say it in a rough language. This should have been on the insides of his overalls, but I decided to put the lid and the battery section on the outside, which is kind of, well, awkward looking. Luckily, Chucky can mostly sit, so you shouldn't, see that too easily. He's actually, in general, really squishy and even cuddly because of his bent legs, so he's quite easy to hold against you. You can just hold him like this, hold him like if you guys were cuddling. That's pretty possible. His hands just stay in the air. They stay like flying. They're squishy. Also, his legs are kind of squishy. He doesn't have much in his legs, just stuffing. But the arms contain some wires and electronics, because he moves his hands when he's talking. And also the head moves from left to right and from right to left when he's talking. And the head and the hands move simultaneously. So it's like turning his head. It's like it's a bit like he's twitching, and then the hand goes like this because he's holding the knife, and like this you actually have him stabbing, or you can actually do it like this. People also noticed already that holding the knife for him wasn't easy. That you actually need a little string that comes in the packaging to say stay. You see, he goes to sleep. See how cute he is. So the knife, when you actually put it in his hand, you'll find out that his thumb really sustains the knife well, but the rest of his fingers are like just planing above the knife. So he's actually holding the knife with these two fingers, and of course when he moves it, it just falls. So maybe you can just add a little string or a little something to help him to hold the knife, if that is what you want him to do. Also, the first thing that I noticed on this doll was the fabric of his head, of his face. It's like a rubbery plastic material that feels kind of sticky, that feels like it's a bit flubbery. How am I supposed to describe it? It feels like rubber. It feels like, it's not like this plastic soft material. This one's a bit more, I don't really know the word. Even in another language would be hard to describe it for me. So it's just, it's just that they make the plastic very supple, that it can actually move his mouth as well, because his mouth moves as well. And also his teeth here, so we can actually do this. See? So it's a kind of a supple material that helps him to move his jaws, and the eyes are pretty well made. Look at this, they're kind of deep, and I like the shining of his eyes actually. So I just hope this material won't fall apart after a few years. I don't really want it to dry out and then gets all I don't really know how to describe this, all breakable and just peel off after a while. I hope this Chucky won't have this problem, because they're way too expensive for this kind of issue. Well, to be honest, personally, I can't actually tell you how much this doll costs. Some people got them at Spencer's, others can get them maybe in the Spirit Halloween shop, because this is a Spirit Halloween doll. I don't really know for how much they go. I can always tell you, I can always get these items in resale, so I pay systematically at least twice as much as what you actually pay in store for them. So, I think I paid about $72 to have him, this guy. And I thought this price wasn't even too expensive, so. But these guys are expensive. These Chucky dolls, they are incredibly expensive. That is why I only get the ones I can get. Also, he has a kind of a broad neck, but he also has electronics in his neck. So fortunately, his neck isn't very... It's like he has like much muscles in his neck. You can actually see where the neck stops, and he has like electronics in his neck I didn't really like the haircut in first place, but it turns out pretty cute on the sides. Also here, so it's not very accurate, of course, compared with the one from Bride of Chucky or something. Also here, you have like this little issue with the hair. Some people aren't very happy with it. I have this little lining here. I don't really like it, but I've been brushing his hair. So it's possible that having his hair modeled, or having his hair just in the right haircut, or just how you want to have it, it's kind of hard on this doll. Also, he has this still rubbery material under his hair on his scalp, so it might be kind of hard to have his hair exactly like you want it. So I don't really know if you actually can remove his clothes. He has like, apparently it's possible. I don't really know if his overalls are attached everywhere. Doesn't look like it. Just if you want to find out, just let me know something in the comments below, and I'll find out and give you an answer. You can just detach here his sweatshirt, but I'm not going to take his clothes off in this video. So overall, this doll is really squishy and even cuddly. It's just that you gotta mind the electronics in him. Luckily, I don't really have the impression that he's really tacky. So in best case, this is a good quality toy. Or prop. It's a nice Halloween prop. Now, of course, you guys want to hear him talk. He's very talkative. He also makes this little noise. Of course, when his electronics move, he certainly does. But it's not that his voice is more quiet than the sounds he makes inside of his head when he moves. It's just that if you want to have him move his hand up and down with the knife, maybe you should just keep the little string that comes in the packaging, just to hold it. This Chucky is in fact quite new. His owner just packed him out and placed him on a shelf. And I don't really know why I sold him. Maybe it wasn't something he really liked. I have no idea. So that's why I don't have a box, but his condition is like new. So I'll just, this is also something I don't really like about this doll. This button here. But there are a few things that I don't really like about this doll in general. But in general, it's a really sweet prop though. So, like for example, the hair on the back, or the accuracy in the face. Also the material of the head here, and some detail missing in his mouth. You can actually open his mouth softly. He's missing the details of the good guy dolls here, but that's quite predictable. But he has like really nice shoes. You're tired, aren't you? Come here. Come here, you. Yes, you can sleep with me tonight. You can sleep with me tonight. You're so cute. Wait. I don't really know why it comes with this button. I don't really know if you're supposed to remove this. But that is something I also don't really like. In general, I don't really like electronic dolls or toys. Rarely. Especially when they're tacky. And what I also don't really like about this is this. This is something really, but you have to know what you get into when you get into getting this doll. So if you like Chucky, you will definitely like this doll. But yes, there are better ones to get, certainly. It's just that this is a nice Halloween prop. Also, I like the hands and the fact that these little shoulders are a bit retracted. He's really cute looking. This is actually what his hands look like. So his fingers are slightly spread, but still pretty close to each other. Also, I like the color of his skin. And here he has the same. It kind of reminds me of my official. What was the brand again? Forgot. Official Toys Limited. This guy's also one of this brand. Also his shirt and the damagings on his overalls remind me of that doll. There you go. So his hands have like similar positions. But you can just sometimes hold his hand like this. You can just play with him like this. I just hope that the material of his face won't peel off or dry out. And if that ever happens, you can always leave a little comment on the video, just that people who get this doll know what they're getting themselves into, and just that they can make the right choice. Now, I'm going to have him talk. I know it's kind of exciting. I don't really know in which mode he is right now. When I have a closer look here, he has like a little switch. He has like 2 positions. The try me one is a very talkative one, apparently. It makes the doll talk all its phrases one after another. And then you also have another mode in which you can make the doll talk on command by pressing this little button here. What actually surprises me is that there's no off switch. So I have no idea. Let me know if this doll has an off switch, because apparently it doesn't. And apparently it has batteries in them. So, well, just let's give it a try. I suppose he is in command mode now. No, you're going to work now. Come on. Sit up. Good boy. He has a really nice voice and he's kind of loud too.
You do know who I am. And if you know what's good for you, you are going to love, honor, and obey.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I wouldn't talk if I were you.
A true classic. Never goes out of style.
I really think his little doll voice is so cute and glad of Chucky.
You got your wish. You're mine now, doll. Now sit back and learn from the master.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Now the first thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all. A true classic never goes out of style. I'll be back. I always come back. You do know who I am. And if you know what's good for you, you are going to love, honor, and obey.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I wouldn't talk if I were you.
A true classic never goes out of style.
There you go. I've been reading on Amazon that apparently he should talk about 9 phrases. I didn't count them, but you can always just replay the video and count them if you want. I'll put him in try me function now. I believe this is the try me function.
You got your wish. You're mine now, doll. Now sit back and learn from the master.
Yes, wait.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Now the first thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all.
What is it? You sit up? Sit up. Apparently the button doesn't really react now. So he just says a few phrases after another. But apparently this is just... He has no moving sensor, so he can say hi from really, really close. You can actually come dangerously close.
Classic never goes out of style.
But he has no sensors.
I always come back.
So I suppose he just starts talking on his own, just to catch your attention in the shop or something. You don't really necessarily have to wave or do something. He just do it on his own. And I'll just wait now till he just talks again.
You do know who I am. And if you know what's good for you, you are going to love, honor, and obey.
There you go. So he just quiet and then he starts talking again, and then he speaks a few phrases and he stops and then he talks again. So this is actually more like the Halloween mode when you have him in the house, you want him to talk sometimes without pushing something. That's the right mode for him.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I wouldn't talk if I were you.
A true classic never goes out of style.
So as far as I know, this Chucky is not touching sensitive. It's not because you touch his chest or his nose that he will react. So, unfortunately, that is something really too bad. Now he should actually react on the button. I wish they could put this button somewhere in his body. But maybe I can just fix something, because I don't really feel like dragging this all the time around when I take him somewhere. So, of course, this might be a more sensitive doll because he has electronics, but it really depends on what you want to use this guy for. He has like really tiny shoulders. They're just squishy, but there's a wire here. Maybe I can show you here. There you go. So he has like little wires coming through his arms. So I wouldn't suggest this doll to sleep with. I know it's kind of cuddly. Maybe you can just put it next to your pillow, but I wouldn't just cuddle up with him because it can be kind of rough for him. Can be kind of hard for him. I'll just put his knife in his. There we go. The knife is actually easy to put in his hand, but because his fingers barely sustain it when he's holding it. So there you go. Come on, hold your knife. You sure have an attitude, don't you? There you go. Now I'm kind of curious to see what happens.
You got your wish. You're mine now, doll. Now sit back and learn from the master.
Nice. He holds it. He just holds it.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
First thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all.
Oh, he had me there. Wanna play? Puts his knife up. No, that was really funny. So there you go. This is the electronic Spirit Halloween, or Halloween Spirit, what is it? The name of the brand, doll. So no, he doesn't really stand in full standing position like this guy, but that's because of his little butt. He has like a flat butt, so he will be well sustained. According to his previous owner, he says that he doesn't really take much room. Indeed, I don't really have that impression. It's a nice little prop. There are a few issues. Some people absolutely don't like it because of its issues. But I think it's still a nice little doll to appreciate, and it's nice for a toy, for something, a nice little prop. Just they can also lie Chucky down, for example. There you go. So when you want to cuddle his belly, tickle his belly, for example, just joking. You can have him lying down. It even looks like his legs are actually relaxed. This is actually what his shoes looks like. So he has like little laces, also the back. I really appreciate this detail on him. And of course his legs are a bit up because of his bum here. And that is actually why his arms stay up, because of the wires and the electronics. He has like sturdy little wrists till this little place here. And then they start with stuffing and soft fabric and wires. So it's not that this Chucky is completely hard. He has stuffing in his chest, in his legs. He has even stuffing in his arms. Hello. He has his wrists and hands are sturdy. They're just bendable plastic. I mean, like bendable, squeezable. It's just the material of his head, because his head is expressive, and because it moves, it has like a very supple material that also comes over the neck and over the scalp. So that's a bit of the creepy part of him. Some people would consider him as being really scary. He might be. I don't really know if this is how I would describe him. I think he's still kind of cute. Just that he can hold his hands. You can actually do something expressive things. Unfortunately, he won't actually react to what you do. So if you move or you talk to him, he won't react. He's not very interactive. He has a lot of phrases that you can make him say on command, or just whenever he feels like doing it. But it's not that you guys have much contact. I'll sure find out if I can put this button somewhere. I don't really know if I'm supposed to remove it here. This little tag just says what he's made of how he is assembled. And the other tag says he's made in China. For about $5. No, just joking. So there you go. His hair apparently is well attached. But I wouldn't go too roughly on the... Well, I've been brushing his hair like here. I have plenty of work with this guy's hair. And his hair is like orange ginger. think here the hair falls well over his head and his hair. It's really nice. Little scars over his face. So the knife is just made out of some kind of a whole plastic. It's not dangerous, it doesn't cut. It is sharp, of course, but it belongs to him. So, of course, you won't have this guy without his knife. But no, if you treat it correctly, it is no danger. And Chucky's supposed to wave his knife, and it's really nice. I don't really know if you have the possibility to put the knife in another direction. Yeah, he's a bit stiff, isn't he? Put him like this, for example, and then...
A true classic never goes out of style.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I always come back.
Luckily, he doesn't really react too hard when I grab him by the neck. Let's see if we can actually make him hold the knife upside down.
You do know who I am. And if you know what's good for you, you are going to love, honor, and obey.
Fortunately, it doesn't really work with the knife backwards, or just that he's stabbing his own balls. No, just joking. But I thought if you can actually holding his knife like this, you can actually make him like stab. See, but it doesn't seem to work really well. So never mind. So I think this is all about there is to say about this adorable doll. It sure is really a really nice thing to collect. It's not exactly what I like the most, but what I really like about this Chucky is that he's really cute and cuddly. He's not very broad. He should probably be a bit smaller than the real doll. I believe he should be about 24 inches tall when he's standing his full length. Something like that. But it sure is a nice feature, and this is a general overview of him. There you go. His head is kind of heavy. That's probably the heaviest part of him. He has like a really sturdy neck, and his entire head is kind of hard. But for a display item, he's just perfect. Now it depends on what kind of collector are you. Would like to keep him in his box, or you prefer more accurate ones, or that's something you have to find out for yourself. And I believe that's about it for this video. I don't think there's quite much to say about him. He still has the good guy logo on him. The letter type is not exactly the right one. And his little buttons. His little sleeves. And this what I really like about this Chucky. He's like sitting, he is like really cute. He's not exactly like the other dolls that I have. The other ones are stiffer and larger, and this is a bit of a cuter one. Cuddlier one. So that's actually what I like about him. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll just put Chucky here for now. You can actually just have him sit on your bed. That's just nice. With the knife. There you go. You hold the knife. There you go. Something like that. Well, I know the knife has a hard time standing into his or staying into his arms. Or into his hands. There you go. Kinda hard. And sometimes it just falls. As soon as his head gets out of balance, he falls. So, there you go. Because, like I told you, the head is kinda heavy. Now, if you have any questions about this guy, just let me know, and I'll see if I can just find out myself and give you a right answer. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Oh, drop. Bye!